the goal is to bring entertainment and some joy to kids while they're in the hospital, which, I mean, how can you say no to that, right? So what they actually make these, I believe, what do they call them? They call them carts, where they actually
Yep.
will literally just wheel an entertainment unit into a child's room.
Right.
And so in, you know, if you've ever had the distinct privilege of being in the hospital, usually when you hear that crate wheel in, you think, oh, they're here to get more vitals or do something. And in fact, no, this is somebody here, maybe dressed up as a superhero or
Right.
here to just hang out with you and make and you know play some video games with you. And this is just an opportunity to bring a smile to some kids' faces at a time when um, those are especially important. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's particularly heartbreaking. No child should have to go through that.
oh
You
my
know, this
goodness,
is a
no.
time in their life when they should be able to enjoy life. You know, be outside, be a kid. Because I mean, we all try and capture that. You know, we're all. I'm here in my mid-30s, still enjoying playing video games and
Right there with you,
broadcasting with
man.
you, Ham. And
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the time when those kids should be able to enjoy. They shouldn't have to worry about it. So if some glimmer of hope comes from even just a small, minuscule joy of being able to play a game for an hour or something like that, it's obviously very very worthwhile. The other thing is, I think I mentioned earlier as well, it's difficult because in a hospital environment, you have to be careful with things like sanitation.
Hmm.
Not just talking COVID, I'm just talking in general. And so if you have some type of long-term terminal disease or something like that, they restrict what you can bring in and out because the exposure can be a thing. Also, if you're fresh from like surgery, unfortunately, or something like that.
Hmm.
So these things also the ability to, because they're all in one, it's these carts and they're mobile. They're able to be easily sanitized, as opposed to, once upon a time there'd be some crummy 13-inch TV in the corner, and it may
Right.
or may not have cable, and there might be a VCR below it or something like that. Nowadays, hospitals are much more sanitation focused than they ever were, and so that's another great aspect of this is because they are kind of compartmentalized and they're mobile. They can be sanitized. So incredible thing. I don't think there's a person in the world who would argue that the goal here to bring some joy to some children is not a worthwhile venture. So please, even $1, consider donating. As a, it looks like there we go. We got the link there in the chat. Very
Excellent.
worthwhile.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, huge shout outs and thank you to everybody behind the scenes, the mod team, as well as our host, Hollywood Pizza, for doing the hard work to actually bring this broadcast to you. Also, massive shout out to the previous commentators,
Oh,
Carlos C.
sure.
Farferdo Jr. and Ziggy Sawdust, aka Ollie G, did some phenomenal work. And fun fact, by the way, if you were watching the Swiss rounds and thought, man, these are some cool dudes, I would love an opportunity to hang out with them. Well, great news. They're both streamers. So
Wow, I didn't know that, Ham. Where could I
it's
find them?
crazy, right? So yeah, their links have been showing up in chat. So feel free to drop them a follow and you can actually see them live playing some magic and telling jokes all the time here on Twitch. So
Yeah.
what's not to love?
I mean, the thing is, I have a question: is if he's Ali G, can it also be Borat?
I don't see why
Same,
not. I mean,
same guy. See, why not?
like I had a moment
Um,
where yeah, it was like, whoa, Ali G's here. It's like, oh, that's Ziggy. Wow. Oh yeah, it was pretty impressive. It looked good on him. Yeah.
yeah, I
I
guess
don't
we
know
should
why the other
also.
Sacha Baron Cohen characters couldn't be
Yeah,
in the mix.
yeah, exactly. Um, I forget the other. I didn't see the other movie after Borat. I've heard it was pretty raunchy by comparison, even though
Oh,
Borat
that was
was,
what was it? Was it
he
Bruno?
was like
Was
an
the name?
Eastern European guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway,
also, in addition to Gamers Outreach Foundation doing all that great work, we should also mention the sponsors for today.
absolutely.
There are three of them. They're all fantastic. We've got the comic book store. Check them out for all of your magic needs, and also magicjank.com. And finally, MTGACodes. We have all the links available there, both in the chat, as well as you can see them kind of on the bottom of the display right now on Pizza's channel. So check all of those out. Lots of good deals to be had, and we thank them for being sponsors of the event.
Absolutely. So
What's the payout today? 250? It's pretty. That's a hefty amount of dough for an afternoon playing
for
Magic.
free to play tournament, yeah, it's yeah, not bad at all. All right. So here we go. So Samson here rocking the Rakdos Sacrifice going up against Selesnya Angels, which I always find it funny that it's always called Selesnya Angels when it's really just mono white angels with Coco. Um,
Right.
but turns out that's really good. It still works quite well. When all the great angels cost 3 or less, why not?
Hmm.
All right, and here we go. So as you can see, Samson's been doing a great job of keeping the pressure on. Now they've kind of run out of gas a little bit, so their current board state needs to carry them through. But when you're going up against a life gain deck and they're at 6, and you have ways to ping them, it still feels real good.
Oh,
Procopio here hitting the second collected company. Which is definitely not what you want to see here. But a Lunark Veteran and Inspiring Overseer, yeah, that'll draw you a card and gain you quite a bit of life. But I mean, actually, those Lunark Veterans might be uh Samson's undoing here.
Yeah, I mean, in the same breath that Jund and Rakdos Sacrifice have the ability to bounce back very quickly, uh, so does Mono White slash Selesnya Angels, right? But in
Hmm.
the opposite direction. Whereas that turn them sideways. I love this.
Oh, it's jam. Well, yeah. Now that puts Procopio here in some uncomfortable blocking scenarios. Yeah, I mean, this is 9 damage coming in, so they have to block somewhere. They choose to block the den, which makes a lot of sense. Put them down to
Yeah,
3. All right, Lunark Veterans, don't fail me now.
right.
Yeah, Lunark Veteran, another excellent card that is still legal and standard.
Yeah, of course, it'll be next on the chopping block when Midnight and the others, rotate. But
Yep.
soon to see. The other thing that's crazy, Inspiring Overseer. I don't remember. I mean, I play a significant amount of limited. I
Mhm.
actually don't play a ton. I don't play too much constructed. Just climb up to mythic and then okay, now I can have fun, sort of thing.
Sure.
But inspiring overseer with new Capenna, a common as another Coco comes up.
Another Coco.
I'm telling you, Ham. These cards. Oh no, and
2
it's
Righteous
double
Valkyrie,
righteous.
and they come in with 2 counters because
Oh
of Giada's
my
ability.
god,
And just like that,
21.
Procopio was at 5, and they are now at 21. Holy cow.
I was gonna say though, in New Capenna when it came out, I play a significant amount of limited is the
Mhm.
primary Magic format, my preferred format. Inspiring Overseer, a 3 CMC common
Yeah,
is seeing main board 2 or 3 of in an Explorer. We'll call it Pioneer Light.
right.
In Pioneer, when all of these insanely powerful cards and planeswalkers are all available, that tells you the power of Inspiring Overseer
Oh
to
my
give you
goodness,
that
yes.
cantripping effect as Bishop comes in, and that's going to give them all
Oh,
the plus ability. Righteous are now 8/10s each. I mean,
turns out even those Lunark Veterans are 5/5s. I mean, my goodness. So those
Jesus,
Lunar Veterans are going to get blanked here, but I mean,
yeah,
that's what,
and
23 damage in the air? I mean, or no, 22 damage in the air. I mean,
yeah,
my
and
goodness.
these are the non-amended Cauldron familiars, as we talked about earlier,
Yep.
that can do exactly what you're seeing here, the most annoying thing in the world if you're on the other side of it.
Yep.
But I think this still I I don't know. I'm trying to think what card Samson could pull off the top here. Um, because we'll go to 20. Wait a minute, 16, 22. Oh, never mind. No, they're just going through the motions, huh?
Yeah, I don't see how they. I mean, this isn't enough.
They're just
Yeah,
going through
you're
the
gonna
motions.
gain
Okay.
20, but
Is that I'm not is that I don't know. If you face a zero out situation, will you continue to play him? I don't know.
it varies. Like the one situation that I'll do, generally no. Like that's one of those things. Like you'll see it a lot where you go to make an attack and they have blockers, but no matter how they line it up, it's just not going to work. So they don't. There's no blocks to let it come on in. That's usually how I'll do it.
Yeah,
If I'm done and it's a true zero out situation, I'll usually like if it's as simple as just let the attack through to end it, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll usually scoop. Um,
right.
unless I'm in a situation where I want to show my opponent how useless my hand was, and I have the means to do that. Um, that's one of those things I've seen people use like kill spells on their own things, which are the only viable targets, like
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
I might do something like that, but never, I don't, not never, I shouldn't say that, but I don't usually do something like, yeah, Samson there was going through some motions just to see, like maybe, but
yeah.
yeah.
They obviously know their deck. I don't know, you saw the
Mhm.
speed at which they sideboarded. They must have now a lot of really good players will have prepared lists for in this matchup.
Mhm.
These are your cuts. Obviously, a lot of websites. Not shouting out any particular one in particular, but
Mhm.
I'm sure you've seen where it's like, here is for this expected matchup.
Yep.
These are your board outs, and they're like, Samson, very accomplished player. As you can see, the trophy on the left hand side there
Right.
um, is gonna go with the fatal push.
Yeah. Oh, fatal.
Mm,
Getting to hit a Bishop of Wings on fatal push feels pretty good, I'd say.
yeah, but they opted not to. That's the right choice. Okay, and there's the inspiring. I'm telling you,
Wait till the last moment. But yeah, Inspiring Overseer back again.
yeah, a little life gain, a little card draw. Beautiful. At a common
Yeah.
for now. Okay, that's fine. I could also see
Yeah.
an argument for Deadly Dispute on the oven, because if you recall, they did board out, excuse me, one of the cats. So cat is
Oh,
being
yeah.
emphasized. Oh boy.
Yasharn, Implacable Earth.
Yep.
There's a lot of text on Yasharn, but the most important part, players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land
Oh no.
permanents.
Oh no.
Wow.
Another clutch sideboard card from Zendikar. Uh,
Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's brutal.
a message to the broadcasters, I suppose. Going to turn them
Mhm.
sideways.
Really hope Yasharn. I mean, a Braid's in hand, so if Yasharn blocks anything here, a
They know
Braid's
the
a kill
line. They
spell.
know. Yeah, they
Procopio,
know
no,
it.
do whatever. You protect that pig, whatever you do.
Is it a? I believe it's a beast, right? Is it a
Oh, is it? I thought it
beast?
was a boar.
Is it a boar? Okay, okay. Boar is kind of an underrepresented card type, isn't it? And
Elemental boar. Yeah, it is an underrepresented
elemental
card type. I agree.
boar. I would have never guessed.
Yep. Yeah,
I
no,
would have.
Raga Draga was the first legendary, or well, no, yeah, Sharn too. But I often looked at like, okay, if I'm gonna build a boar commander deck, who's helming it? And yeah, Raga Draga, like that one was like, oh sure, here we go.
Of
But
course.
Yasharn also excellent. The problem is
Not many.
most of the other boards are either green or red, so not having anyway.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I know what
All
you
right,
mean. There's truffle snout too, right? But is that a pig? That's a
yeah,
boar.
Truffle Stout's a board.
I
Well, and then
love
there's
that.
also Ilhard, which
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
Restore
yeah.
Runners are anyway. I can nerd about this for a minute. Believe it, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wait, an MTG streamer named Hamhocks like has thoughts on the board tribal cards? No way.
I
Yeah,
love, but I think my wife. I think truffle snout is my wife's favorite Magic card. She doesn't play the game, by the way. She has no idea what's going on. She just walks in, she's like, it's like the meme. Are you winning, son? You know?
yeah. Truffle Snout's a great card though. You
Are
can't,
you winning,
yeah,
son? But
you
every
can't be
time,
mad at Truffle Snout.
yeah, she
Yeah,
saw it and she's like, oh, it's so cute. Yeah,
absolutely.
truffle snout.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Yasharn just shuts Samson's deck down. I mean, all Witch's
Yeah.
Oven can't do anything. The Priests of Forgotten Gods can't do anything. Deadly Dispute, you can't pay the additional cost. I mean, there's
I
not even any
mean,
point of attacking with the Shaman to get the treasure because you literally can't activate it. Like,
oh wow. And then the unlucky witness. The whole point is to be able to use sacrifice outlets. Deadly Dispute is a dead card. Witches is a dead card. Looking for outs here. There's one Angrath. There's one Angrath. Um,
okay,
uh, I don't. I don't think. Which, by the way, I
oof,
love that Angrath card. It's so cool.
it is pretty solid. Eaten Alive. Well, no,
Excellent.
you'd have to pay full price for Eaten Alive. You'd have to
Yeah.
pay 5 mana for Eaten Alive to make it work.
Unfortunately, oh god.
And Righteous Valkyrie. Oh my
No,
goodness.
it's
I
yeah.
honestly,
It's gonna be like
I think
40 life here.
this comes down to being just a truly dreadful matchup.
Yeah, it's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
Gonna get
Yeah.
off the top here. Play it out. A good player, a professional, two land. Oh, a land in the
Mhm.
mayhem. Ah,
Yeah.
GG.
Wow.
Well, wow.
Yeah.
Great job
Well,
by Procopio. My goodness.
anyway,
Nice try.
I
I'm also
find
gonna
that
call
funny.
it CMC forever until my grave.
And that's fine. Like, we all know what you mean. It's fine. Yeah.
I now
No,
I
I
do
I
call the
can't
line.
go
I
this
do
now.
draw the line at calling things type 1, type 2. That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah.
You call
Uh,
standard type 2 him?
I remember type 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I draw the line there. I'm not sure if we're having technical difficulties or if
There
we're
does appear to be
proceeding.
Yeah, there does appear to be a connection issue. We'll see if
Okay,
that gets resolved here.
let's
Fingers
see if we
crossed.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it
But
went
yeah.
to draw. Oh, okay. Looks like we're moving over to the other side.
Okay.
All
But yeah,
right.
no, yeah, type 1, type 2. I do remember that. I do remember extended. I kind of miss extended. That was an
Which was?
interesting format.
Remember
So if you're not
extended.
familiar with the idea with extended, so standard rotates every year, right? And you only get to play cards that are, at oldest 2 years.
Right.
And extended, the idea was it went back what, 4 or 5?
It was
Or was
kind
it?
of like it was had the same concept as Modern and Pioneer,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Explorer,
Modern
just
Pioneer did
different.
end up
Oh, we got a
replacing.
boat. We got a
Oh,
boat, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm on a boat and it's going fast, and I've got a nautical themed pashmina Afghan. Anyway,
That's right.
sorry. Um, silly reference for the win, I think.
I'm the king of the world on a boat
On
like
a
Leo.
boat like Leo. Yeah, exactly.
And
If you're
then
on the shore, then you show, not Mio.
that's got to be the best line. That's got to be the best
It's
line.
fantastic. Anyway,
If you're on the show, oh,
if you're on
masterfully
the
done.
show, then you show, not me. Oh,
Stupid.
so silly. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so we have a Seeker's
Uh,
Chariot and the Sky Sovereign. So we have the
yeah.
boat online and the cat alack.
Double trigger on the boat, by the way. Did you see that?
Yep.
Both.
Yeah, on the
Both.
ETB, and then Stormseeker giving it haste. Brilliant. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, and then we were just talking about the combination of both Kyla's Reconstruction and Coco, which you do have access to here
Hmm.
in Explorer, right? Is
Yep.
now, unfortunately, I'm not seeing any Nixos. I should take a look at the deck list here. There have been calls recently because of the power of devotion decks in general, and this is all colors. Mono
Hmm.
black, mono white, mono green are dominating.
Oh yeah.
Pioneer and to some extent Explorer. I think Explorer, ironically, is more diversified, even though it has less cards, if that makes sense. But Pioneer
Hmm.
is dominated by the three monocolored decks I just mentioned, with a couple exceptions. And I'm not seeing Nykthos because that's how you get that big Kyla trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it makes a lot of sense because I mean, your Bishop of Wings carry 2 devotion. You've got
Yep.
every one of your flyers carries at least 1.
Bishop is two. Bishop is two white.
Bishop 2, yeah. That's incredible. All right, so yeah,
Uh,
Sky Sovereign coming in again. Now with the added benefit of trample, special thanks to what is it, Storm Charge Slasher, I believe. It was the backside of the Reckless Stormseeker. Giving
yes.
+2/+0 and trample now is no joke.
8 in the air. We got big boats.
Big
Big
boats.
boats. Wondering if Ooze comes out in this match. Obviously, Silesia not doing anything in the graveyard. Oh my goodness, do they have a Coco of their own? What do they have in hand? Virolata. It's got another. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yes. So Bone Crusher double tapping that Bishop of Wings.
Wow.
Oof.
And then you can pump. Yeah.
You can definitely pump Scoops.
Wow.
Yeah, there's another Bishop we see right there.
Wow.
So
What a
I don't see any
list.
reason not to buff Scoops one more time.
I'm trying to think what outs Procopio could have.
I mean, it's not looking good.
Uh, they don't run farewell,
Nope.
but
Yeah, farewell or a I don't know, Day of Judgment. Is that even legal in this format? I know it's in no, it's in
I think
historic. Um,
okay, yeah. No settle the wreckage. Oh no, settle the wreckage, but that's not gonna do it. Yeah, a
yeah,
couple of bodies there. That does help, right? That's a fair amount of life.
decent amount of life.
Four,
Yeah,
and then
the one off. Righteous.
yeah, I don't
And then
think
Youthful
so.
Valkyrie in hand is going to gain you another 3.
Eh,
Well, I guess if you get to cast it. So who
Yeah,
knows?
the
We'll see.
attack trigger will hit the spirit token,
Hmm.
and then I think that's oh goodness.
Oh, and Bone Crusher can crew.
Can crew. Yep.
Yep.
Your choice is either to crew or to have the storm hit it. Also, playing one spell per turn to keep storm going. Yep. Give it trample. Turn everything sideways.
Yeah.
You also have 2 green to pump Ooze to a 6, assuming that there are still 2 creatures in the graveyard. Haven't kept count.
Hmm.
Opted to go with the Lunarch. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was thinking, yeah, let's do some quick math here, and doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. This is.
Going through the motions here, but
Yeah, I don't see how they come out of this because I mean, just that army of cats alone, plus the Sky Sovereign. I mean,
beautiful artwork, by the way.
that's a lot.
In fact, I have a big old fluffy cat of my own. It's a Norwegian forest cat.
Nice.
Both players going through the motions here. Definitely didn't need to do this, but just doing it to do it.
A little gravy. I can appreciate that.
Little
Yeah.
gravy. Put them on the.
Yeah. There it is.
There it
-6.
is.
That's pretty comfortable V10. Yeah. That's
Uh,
that right there is exactly what that Grohl deck came here to do today.
yeah. All right. There's the. By the way, this is the list that we saw. Defeat Rakdos with its one of Yasharn.
Yep.
That one's not going to come in today.
No, not this
Um,
one. Not
I'm
this match.
sorry, was I yeah, no, this is the deck. Okay, I couldn't remember
Yeah.
if it was this or if it was the, other Bant list, but, um, there's a Rydane. Rydane
Dane
is a
maybe. Pithing Needle could also be valuable because you could name one of the vehicles,
yeah,
and then also you can no longer
yeah.
crew it. So that could be valuable.
I like both sides of Rydane. Actually, I like the shield side more because if
Mhm.
they're gonna hit you with go wide a million cats, right, doesn't it reduce all damage by 1?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's
every
not a
damage source
bad.
is reduced by 1. So yeah, if your opponent's going wide, via Valkymira, the shield can be incredibly beneficial.
Yeah. What a flavorful I gotta say, by the way, that might have been my favorite set thematically in a very long time.
Yeah.
It was incredible to
Kaldheim?
draft too. Yeah, Kaldheim
Oh,
was just
yeah.
it was one of the best times I had, playing Limited, and it was actually the I think it's the only time I've ever made Mythic in Limited was in
Oh,
Kaldheim.
nice.
Yeah. I've never even gotten past Diamonds. I've never even gotten anywhere into diamond since then.
Honestly, I think
It's
yeah. I don't know, my limited rank, I just don't play enough because
mm,
I'll play limited to get my collection up, and then
yeah,
I'm usually good at that point, I'm willing to sit
yeah.
back. So they're gonna run out the Bishop of Wings here on
Mhm.
2. Rending Volley is
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
make
because
short work of that. Yep.
turn 2 bishop into turn 3 righteous is a backbreaker.
Oh
That
my goodness, yes.
when you face that down now here's an interesting choice. Do you go land, portable? See, because with the portable, you slow them down. They're if you don't get rid of the portable, they're on okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, I was
Yeah,
about to
I
say
mean
because then they're on Asika's next turn, which you do not want.
no, absolutely not. I mean, this is the traditional question, do you bolt the bird? And that's basically what you're doing here. You're using a
Oh, wow.
removal. In this case, even one mana removal to get rid of a one mana, mana
Okay.
creature.
Both
And Rending
trading
Volley on
mm.
Giada, my goodness. Viralata hitting both Rending Volleys and finding good targets for both of them.
Yeah, finding good targets. I mean, the bishop, I mean, that 4 toughness is just wild.
Mhm.
Gonna get him for 3 here with the hasty reckless. Um, okay, there's a land for Coco. I was just about to say,
Yeah.
you had decisions to make if you didn't, but now that you allowed that to flip, um, excuse me, still the right choice. Oh
Ooh.
my goodness.
Second Storm Shaker, this is bad.
Jeez.
And now, I
Talk
mean, now you have Coco, but yeah, there are certain situations in which running out Coco main is worthwhile. And when
right.
your opponent has a Davon Werewolf
Oh,
online, that's you can
they
make
are
a solid
going
argument.
to
Is this
regret.
10
I mean,
damage?
it's the
Yeesh.
right play to wait. Oh no. Okay.
No, that's not what you want to
Some
see. Yep.
suboptimal cards there. You can double block. No, I lied. Oh, yes, you can. Okay, that's right. That's right. I was
Yes.
about to say there's a trigger. You must double block here. Don't even. Oh, okay.
Nope. They're gonna take it. I mean, they have the Righteous Valkyrie in hand,
Is it another
but they
rending?
don't have the
Okay,
mana
no,
to double spell here.
they don't. This is what my question here.
Yeah.
I guess you could go youthful and hold up heroic intervention. Love heroic intervention, by the way. Such a good card.
Yeah, intervention's pretty great. Or you could throw Inspiring Overseer and just pray for a land, which
No, they
I
played
mean
their land for turn.
that's dicey for sure. That's a that's
Yeah,
a
I
that's a
think they
high
already played.
risk, high
They already.
reward kind of situation. Let's see what happens here. And they got it.
Oh, they did. Oh, okay. I thought they had played their land for turn. My apologies.
Nope. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So now they have heroic intervention up. So all of a sudden,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I mean, don't
Um.
get me wrong. It doesn't look great, but it looks way better than it did a second ago.
Yeah, I mean, also Mutavault is there. I mean, Mutavault is such a great addition.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Mishra's Factory, which is objectively far worse
Right.
than in standard, but oh my god, and oh, good
Ooh, Obliterating
gravy.
Bolt. This is going to force the heroic intervention
Yeah, you
earlier than
have to
Procopio wanted to
earlier
run
than
it
you
out.
wanted. It's 2 spells. No, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
No, it's not.
No, because yeah, for the daytime, nighttime, it
Mhm.
has to be the person whose turn it is has to cast
Yep,
2 spells. And in
exactly.
this case, Virulata activated Mutavault and cast the Obliterating Bolt, so
That's
that's
right.
still not gonna switch.
Yep.
Yep.
Only one spell. They're gonna stay giving things 2-0 and trample each of them. Um, thinking about how to respond. Is that last card in hand another Rending Volley? I don't know if they have 4
Oh my
of.
goodness, that would be incredible here.
I mean, it is a great card. I'm not sure if that's if 4 of. I now go back and I question the decision to play that inspiring when it did come out. I mean, again,
Mhm.
youthful is one of those cards you want to get down. Now, grant easier said than done, but you want to have it down as soon as possible, and then you start to build it. It's similar to a I'm trying to think of the 1 mana zombie 1/1. Each time you play a
Oh,
zombie,
the champion of
champion
the
of the
parish.
parish,
Yeah.
and then the opposite, right, the white
Yeah,
one,
or yeah, the human one or the zombie,
or
whichever
the
one we're
zombie.
talking about. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where
Mhm.
no, even though you may stare at some removal or some interaction or whatever, and you're like, oh, I want to get this now. It's still better to
Mm.
commit to the long term. Okay, another land. Not what they want to see there. I get what?
No.
Wait. Why? Okay, yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah, they're gonna
youthful.
throw the Righteous Valkyrie, that way they're gonna gain life off
Okay, gain
the
life.
youthful
Uh,
entering,
It
which makes sense.
it's the
Yeah.
option of like gain life or put a token on it.
Yeah, what's more important,
We'll
3 life or a
see.
+1/+1 counter? And I'm inclined to
Yeah.
agree with life.
Oh,
And they
the
did have the Rending
third.
Volley
I
after all.
knew it. I knew
No
it.
way!
Oh no! And now they get another counter. So now it's at 5 toughness. Excuse me, 5 power,
Yeah,
7
5/7. I
toughness,
mean,
which
that is
will this will clear versus a storm charge. So if they double pump,
mhm.
something and put it up to 7, this can now,
Trade with
well,
it. Yeah.
effectively trade, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Mm,
You do have to
yeah.
win the game eventually, right?
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the that's a very skill testing moment. It's like, when do I choose to go to attack? And they did
Absolutely.
cast 2 spells, so it is now daytime.
Yeah,
Um,
that might be the greatest skill test moment is knowing when to and when not to attack. I
mhm,
think that was the right move there.
yeah.
Bringing Juicy J in, not a good sign for Virolata because a Coco or a Kyla's here will be a blowout.
Yes.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, for copy, you can get, yeah, Collected Company online.
Okay, a whiff. Don't play the
Ah,
land. Just keep it there. No
yeah,
sense
hang
in playing
on.
it. Keep the
Fake
bluff.
the Coco, yeah.
Yep, fake the Coco. And you know what? Uh, I don't know. Now I don't know if you attack. The thing is, the 2/1s, they don't do much in the way of absorbing damage because they're gonna have these wolves are gonna have trample anyways.
Right.
So yeah, you're probably better off. Put them at 12. Um, let's see.
Yeah, that's, it's an aggressive choice, but I can't say they're wrong. Wow. Yeah, now how does Viralata line up the attack here? Assuming they attack, which also not a given. Sky Sovereign, that helps, because that's gonna knock out the
That'll
1/3
hit the
Valkyrie.
youthful. Can crew is this lethal?
Yes, unfortunately, they can crew. Yeah, well, that will give Sky Sovereign.
2, give it trample, it attacks for 3.
Yep.
Wait, hold on, let me think here. Be 10, right? 10, trample, block 7. No, no. I mean, mm, yeah, 3.
And you can put 3 damage on it
In
even,
effect, I mean,
which,
it's not. They kind of flooded
yeah,
out. That's unfortunate.
it is.
There was a little bit of a back and forth there for a while, but I think 3 of their last 4 cards were lands or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't know. It was something like that. Yeah, no choice there.
Yeah, that's the most damage you can block, and it's just, yeah,
You're dead. No, it's exact C's actually.
it's
Yep.
exactly, wow.
Ah, all
Holy
right.
cow.
I mean, Viralata won that 2-0, but I'll tell you, the record does not represent what really happened there.
100%. Yeah, that was a much closer match than the
Yeah,
scoreboard indicates. Yeah.
2-0 is not, if we go back in time, it's not going to be
Mhm.
completely accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great match. Well
Great
done by
match by
both
both
players.
players. Yeah.
And the Storm Seekers, my goodness. Well, and actually, to go back to your question earlier, we were talking about what the I'm blanking on the name.
Oh,
The
we're talking
three
about. I'm
the
sorry. Were we
trap
talking
breaker
about
or
the
the
play?
trap finders and the
Yes.
yeah. The fact that it switches to nighttime. If you can
Yes.
get the daytime nighttime moving and take advantage of nighttime,
Hmm.
then the upside is so strong. And we saw that with the Storm Seekers. And here we
Right.
have it again. We have it going on here as well with the Graveyard Trespasser, aka Graveyard Glutton now in the mix with the reflection of Kiki Jiki online.
Yeah, and even with the wandering and the ability to activate the 7/7, this is gonna go by quickly here.
Hmm.
I'm thinking obviously they have access to the sweeper. Um, yeah, I mean, David only has 4 lands on the board, which is crazy. I mean,
Right?
um, and they have a very terrific board state for the time being. No one
Hmm.
card in hand. By the way, with the Rakdos skins, both of these players definitely playing to their deck type, I guess.
Hmm.
I prefer, and as we see, one of the Supreme Verdicts getting eaten up by the Graveyard Glutton right now. I love it when people have the sleeves and the pet that is thematic to the deck. That's a little extra, a little extra. But I do appreciate.
Yeah, it's funny actually. Those exquisite Rakdos sleeves were like the first sleeve I actually purchased because I was like, yeah, those are just top tier. I need them. All right, so Rizzy now running out the Wandering Emperor, and for those of you just tuning in, yes, this tournament is Explorer. We promise. It just so happens that if you're playing Rakdos, a lot of the best Rakdos cards that are Explorer legal happen to be standard
I
staples
was
as well.
I was about to say, if you take away the man land, right,
Yep,
on blue, this is a standard game.
pretty much. Yeah, yeah. I'll do the mana
Bone
base
Crusher.
'cause, yeah,
Bone Crusher,
actually,
yeah.
yeah. The Hollowed Fountain is down there too,
Hollow
but
Fountain. Okay, yeah, there's
yeah,
a Hollow
and
Fountain.
there's
Oh,
the
there's a
Bone Crusher
castle too.
Giant.
Okay, we'll ignore the lands.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
ignore the
and
lands of that one Bone Crusher, and
and the
this
Bone
is a standard
Crusher
game,
on
100%.
adventure, and
Yep.
this is a standard game.
Even in David's graveyard, we see go for the throat there. I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah. So using the Wandering
current
here to hit
standard
up
is
that,
strong.
go
What
to
could you say?
12.
Yep.
2 to block. They take 8. The token will expire. And then the question is, so now here's what I was talking about the other earlier on is it better to keep it's a land. So
Ouch. Worst
I
thing you
was
could have
just
seen there.
is it better to keep that giant on the adventure because had they top decked a Supreme Verdict, you
Mhm.
just put everything out there and now you get to start over and your opponent has swing back lethal with that man land.
True.
I'm not saying it's the right choice right now. I'm just saying that anytime that I'm presented with that and my opponent is hellbent, right? If
Mhm.
my opponent's hellbent and the only thing they can do is pray for a sweeper off the top, there have been so many times where they get it. And then
Yep.
you are just beside yourself in regret because what you could have done is played one turn slower, but guarantee that they couldn't have two sweepers hellbent off the top because
100%.
that
Yeah,
would be near impossible.
overextending against control is one of the worst things you can do. It just is, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what that could have been. Now, in this case, it's going to turn out quite well because now they have an additional attacker and they're able
Right.
to, there's Castle Ardenvale and the Hall of Storm Giants back.
Right.
So there's going to be some blocks, but
This should be lethal.
this should be.
They'll activate the hull. It'll be Xaxes. Kept the
Mhm.
land in hand, which is those. Is that from Hour of Devastation or is that from Amonkhet? As the concede. Okay, just a little bit too much pressure.
Yep.
That was Xaxes there with the second
Right.
glutton and then the giant. That was Xaxes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Which were those lands?
Yeah, you can see them on the
The
bottom right
planes.
there. I believe those are from are they Amonkhet or are they Hour of Devastation? We don't have Hour of Devastation in Arena, do we?
No, we don't. Those planes, if I'm not mistaken, are actually, I believe they're from M21
No way.
because,
Really?
yeah, because M21 had a planeswalker of every color, and the lands
Mm.
were themed after them. And
Oh, okay.
Basri was the planeswalker from
Ah, there you
Devoted
go.
Mono White, who is from Amonkhet.
Got it.
So that artwork depicts
There you
the
go.
plane of Amonkhet, but I believe it was M21. Yeah.
Right, right, right. And I know, of course, we also had the revisit or whatever the Amonkhet remastered.
Ah, yes.
I think that was one of the first historic one of the first historic supplementals, if I recall.
It was up there,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, Amonkhet Remastered came first, and then Kaladesh Remastered, and that kind of paved the way
right.
for the Shadows over Innistrad Remastered that we have
And then
now.
they just started calling them historic anthologies,
Yep,
right?
they're the
That's
anthologies as well.
right,
Yep.
right, right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and
Something
it's
like
it's
that.
also kind of interesting because when they did the anthologies, they had a lot of cards from Shadows over Innistrad and Eldritch Moon because they had already programmed them into the client.
Right.
And so if you were playing in like the very, very early beta, you might have played Shadows over Innistrad cards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
ended up
no.
cycling them out because the whole set wasn't like dialed in and wasn't done. And so
Right.
they started introducing those. And I found it especially funny when they were doing the preview stream for Shadows over Innistrad Remastered. And it's like, check it out, Mausoleum Wanderer and Tireless Tracker. It's like, yeah, I know, I already have 4 of those. Like, like what? Like, yeah, those are good cards. You're right. Like, but
Right.
we're already playing with them. Yeah.
All
So
right.
anyway, they did add
Boarding
quite a
is
bit of
done.
that stuff. So.
I didn't see a hyper aggressive board in. I mean, this is, it's control, so they assume that they have the tools they need most of the time to do what they're supposed to do.
Mhm.
Um, Again, we've mentioned, and I'll mention it again, the strength of Rakdos is its diversity of threats. Um, I'm still waiting to see an Okiba from one of these Rakdos players. I'm telling you, a one mana
See,
drain two, make a 2/2.
mhm.
If they
No,
want to play
it's
that
2/2 with Menace that
with
even buffs
menace,
vehicles if that happens to be
oh
one of
my
your concerns.
gosh.
But yeah, like gives all your vehicles Menace if I'm not mistaken, which is text
Hmm.
I always forget about on that card, but it's there. Yeah. Anyway.
Incredible strong opener here from Rizzy. Dream Trawler. Oh my gosh, I have nightmares. You
Oh
remember
my
when this
goodness.
thing was in standard? And what a miserable time to play against control.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of those cards that when it hits, you just yeah. It's if they have a single card in hand, like if they have a card in hand and a Dream Trawler on the board, like that's over. Like in,
Yeah.
in many situations, I can't tell you how
The
many times I scooped to that hitting the stack.
sure. Oh, nice duress here.
Duress with
This is a tough
ooh.
target.
Mhm.
Um,
You're gonna get something good no matter what, but
yeah, all three. You can probably make arguments for all three. I think the exile is the right choice.
yeah, getting March out of
Um,
the way, and it really depends on what's in David's hand. Which of these is the best answer for the line I'm gonna take this game,
sure,
and
sure.
they identified March, and you know, we'll see how it plays out. But I'm sure that was a pretty smart call.
Yeah. The eggs. Oh, another dress. And look at this and the diverse uh skins on the duress. By the
Love it.
way, for those of you who've been playing any amount of arena, you'll know that there are probably we all probably have at least 25 duresses from all the times
Oh
it's been
yeah,
with what now we have. I think because they just in one. Oh, nice go blank.
yeah. Go
Oh
blank
my
here is beautiful.
gosh, backbreaker. Going full control mode here.
Yeah,
Azorius control getting out controlled by the
I know.
Rectos player.
Well, and this is actually one of the things I love to do whenever I'm running a mid-range deck with black in it, is have a ton of hand hate in the sideboard for this kind of
Sure.
matchup. That's exactly what David's doing here, and my goodness, is it paying off?
Oh, okay, Rest is a good card here. That's it.
Yeah.
That will hit. I don't remember the number of Croxa that they had, but when you do pivot to a more of a hand hate style of is where the Croxas come in.
Yep, and there are
Um,
2 Cruxes in
okay,
this list. Yeah.
okay. Oh my gosh!
Another go blank?
What?
My
Hellbent with
goodness.
oh no!
Yeah, you have to play the land because you need to be
You
able to
are
cast whatever you draw next, but
You
my
are right,
goodness.
and those are the M21s, you're correct.
Okay,
Those are
yeah.
interesting. I now I'm recalling that kind of and just hard cast Bone Crusher takes a lot oh my
Lyra,
god. Come on.
great 5-drop,
I'll
but
tell you what, if Dave doesn't have removal in his hand, something like a Shield Dread's Verdict, that
mhm,
Lyra will take over the game. I guess he also has Go for the Throat, but I would think against control, you would board all that stuff out.
I would imagine, yeah.
Oh my god!
Bankbuster, yeah.
Yeah, that's the right move. Yep.
Yep, lockdown, that's gonna eat the
It's
rest of piece of the
everything.
Bankbuster, but getting a Bankbuster off the board while it has 3 counters on it is a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't get any value of it. Tell you what, though, grab that land off the top. Lyra takes over this game.
100%, yep. Yeah, again,
Uh,
unless
oh no,
Crocs it, there it is, and now with the rest of
no,
piece gone, and there goes Lyra.
no! The one of
Oh,
Lyra. This is
man.
gonna be a land off the top. Watch this.
Oh,
No, no,
feel the ruin off the top. That is not what Lizzie wanted to
no!
see here. So they're
Oh
on a
my
3-turn
god!
clock. They need to find an answer to this Bone Crusher Giant and something that can get them back in this game.
Exactly. Oh
Oof.
my gosh! Double duress. Uh, double
Double go
discard two.
blank.
Double go blank, and then the timely Croxa one turn earlier, and this game would be turned around upside down because of the ability to just slam Lyra. You know that David boarded out all of his creature removal. So
Yeah, the majority of it, probably for that hand hate. That was
for that hand hate,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, 100%.
That's the swap. Oh no, you don't want either
Censor
of
and
those
Desert Beach. I
cards.
mean, this is bottom. This is 2 bottom easy.
No way, no
I mean,
way. Don't
you can cycle the censor,
cycle.
but
No, but it's the
you'll just
same as
draw
the card off
the
the
card
top. Yeah.
anyway. So yeah,
Yeah, doesn't do you any
I
good. Here's the problem: is even something like a wandering. Okay,
and there we go.
you had one out. You had
1
one
out.
out,
That's it.
and now it's not even a guarantee. They see the card in hand. Okay, is it a if he still has okay? No, just F6 there. So he doesn't have
Right.
anything.
Yep.
F6 there. Sorry, F6 MTGO phrase. If you just want to pass turn, uh,
Nice.
express pass turn.
All right. So the Wandering Emperor deals with the
Uh,
Bone Crusher Giant.
okay,
Hopefully stops the bleeding. Fable the Mirror Breaker comes out.
good card.
Is just busted.
Oh, Starnheim. Do you suspend that?
Yeah.
Suspend, excuse me. You know what
Foretell. Yes.
I mean?
No worries.
Okay, gonna sacrifice. I was about to say no, actually, it's not a decision because they have the token. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So right
And
now with the mana they have, Starnheim Unleashed can produce 2 Vigilant 4/4 Angels.
not insignificant. Gonna
No.
toss the two. Wow, the Thoughtseize and a Duress go to the bottom. They went full in against.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Liliana the Veil.
Um,
So they can downtick to get rid of that Samurai. Treasure Goblin can get
I
in, bring him
would.
to 8.
I would.
The
Yeah.
Starnheim Unleashed is foretold. So Liliana's uptick
Yes.
is not going to mess with it.
Yes. And
That's
they
that's
have another
relevant.
spell to play, they just haven't yet. A Graveyard Trespasser here would probably represent GG. Okay, Blood
Yep.
Tithe.
Blood Tithe pretty strong,
You can
but
cite, you can loot.
mhm.
I would save that. I would save that for a den
So Field
or
of Ruin is going to go after. Yeah, it's going to go after the dual land over there.
I would
Um,
unless they're
I
just trying to thin their deck.
well, and they may be running out of basics. That's a very real possibility. But nope, there's a
Oh
swamp,
wow. Nope, they
and on
had
top of
it.
that, that puts another land into the graveyard that can help escape Croxa later.
Are they
So
gonna yeah, you're right. Oh, you're right. You're
I
right.
don't love
Yeah.
that. All right, X equals 2 on
Okay.
Skarnheim.
All right. Look, 4/4s are not something to balk at, and these are
Mhm.
now in Arena. There are a couple of different angel tokens. These are the ones with vigilance. There are other spells and abilities that make 4/4 flying angels that do not have vigilance. So you have to pay attention to the token.
Mhm.
I believe it's the not the pain land, but the land that you can either pay 3 life or it enters tapped. I'm trying to remember the actual spell, the reverse side of it, what it's called, but I believe those don't
Yes.
have vigilance.
Amiria's Call, is that the one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ameria's,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
Amiria's
bel
something.
I wanna say those ones don't have vigilance. Someone could fact check that, but
I believe they do not. Yeah,
plus the
Amiria's
dis
Call. Yeah, 2
pl
4/4 white infantry tokens with flying. That's it.
right,
And then
so
non-angels
slightly
get
different.
indestructible.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. So
And Kroxik can't come back because they put that
oh,
land into the graveyard.
I was confused about the line there where
Yeah.
they discarded. I was like, "It's gonna die anyways," but now it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Temporary
god!
lockdown. Ooh.
Okay,
Okay, so this is interesting.
get in for 4 and sweep it up, start over.
Yep.
You
Smack
don't
Liliana, 4
mm,
damage.
you don't have to
Yeah,
do
so
that.
temporary lockdown, it gets rid of their angels, which is a bummer to be sure, but
Right.
it's definitely worth it because this gets rid of
It's
the Blood
yeah,
Tithe, the Goblin, the Treasure,
this
Crocs,
is a
everything
yeah.
except the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Which, to be honest, if I only had one permanent online, I probably would choose Reflection of Kiki Jiki.
Yeah. Yeah, without summoning sickness, to
Yep.
boot,
Yeah, it's locked and loaded. So
'cause
if
you
David has a
slam
non-legendary creature
yeah.
they can play out here, they can make a copy and swing.
Yep. Yep, they've, trying to think.
Misery's Shadow.
Another
So
tough
if they do
one.
make a reflection copy here, they can buff that to a 4/4 here.
Well, and I hate to say it, but you know what? This would be another fantastic place for an Okiba.
You're not wrong. Yeah, if they had Okeeper Reckoner raid, this could be GG's right here.
Oh, no, they
Oh,
could
you're getting
cycle it.
farmland. That's not gonna do it. Yeah.
Cycle it to maybe do they have 3 copies of the lockdown? That's it. Okay,
Yep.
going to game 3. No, I'm sorry, that's
Wow.
the 3rd.
No, that's
That
it.
is 2. That's right,
That's
it
game
was
2.
David. I apologize.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book store's got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below, and on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you.
That might also lend to the fact that they're able to navigate their own deck very well, pilot it very quickly.
Yeah, and maybe it doesn't come down to just people who just play those formats, but definitely the people who are willing to compete in those formats at an event like this. There
Right.
might be some truth to that. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I gotta say the people that we've seen today. I mean, yeah, exactly. If you told me there would be 2 like blue-white control lists and Rakdos Sacrifice at the top 8, it's like, all right, let's exactly. I'm gonna get some provisions because we're gonna be here for a while, and no, it's actually been it's been pretty hasty. So
Yeah.
interesting choice. Vera Lotta mulliganing down to 6 and then letting a Bone Crusher Giant go.
Yeah, very interesting. They know their matchup too. Ooh, the Thoughtseize.
Mhm.
Thoughtseize when you have to mull down to 5 or 6 is tough.
Yeah, no,
Um,
mulliganing then having your opponent having the Thoughtseize is dangerous.
yeah. You know, we had for a very brief time we had Brainstorm legal on Arena, I believe, and of course that quickly got snatched up because
Yep.
it
Yeah,
turns out
it was legal and historic for I think like a month, maybe 2, and then they were like,
yeah.
yeah, nope.
And so you know, of course the all of the iconic spells, the one as another layer comes up. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Now the question is here, do you go on the adventure? I think so. I think that's probably
Yeah.
the right move. Um, but I was gonna say the brainstorm, of course, the best one cost blue spell, right? The best one for black would be Dark Ritual. Second
Mhm.
best would be Thoughtseize. Another Thoughtseize
Wow.
coming in, but it is going down to 15 health. You got to be careful with these boats. If it's one thing they can do is put damage on you quickly. All right, gonna just play the Lovestruck Au Natural. Gonna get in for 2
Yep.
more, put them at 13. But they know what's in your hand. You got 1 land and a dream is all you got.
Yep.
But I was gonna say, Dark Ritual, Swords to Plowshares is white,
Yep.
Brainstorm, Lightning Bolt, and then what am I missing? What color am I missing?
I mean, there's
Blue, white. No, I think that's everything, right? Lightning Bolt. Oh, Giant Growth.
classic. Yeah, right.
the,
It's
the
not broken by anyone's measure, but
yeah, yeah.
it's just nice. I like Giant Growth.
It's just funny that of all the
Yeah.
ones, Brainstorm was legal for a little while. There's the Mygos.
Yep.
Okay.
Like the Maze Crusher. Turns out when you have a 4/4 for 3 with upside, it's funny if you're looking at Phyrexia LB1, especially during like spoiler season, you might wonder like, oh, okay, my gosh, it reads like it's gonna be okay, but like are oil counters really gonna be good? And
Sure.
truth of the matter is you don't need oil counter synergies for that card to be good. Like you just don't.
No. I have seen a little bit in standard. There is that 1 cost red enchantment that at the beginning of each end step it puts 2 oil counters on something like that. And it has a
Yes.
secondary text that you can like pay 2 or 3 if you remove an oil counter, make a 1/1. I've seen that in standard a little bit. Obviously, that combo in limited is insane.
Right.
There's a 2 cost where you can just pretty much make infinite 1/1s, and because limited is so restricted, you can't do it. But yeah, you're right. Oil counters kind of went by the wayside as a part
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean, Myglaws and then Mercurial Spell Dancer uses them as well. And that card's incredible. If you're in any kind of blue spell slinger situation, that allows you to like make copies of spells on a 2/1 unblockable creature.
right,
So
right.
that was pretty great. But those could have been charge counters. They could have been
Yeah.
whatever counters. They happen to be oil counters. Okay. But Myglaws here coming in with 5 oil counters and then having these and it almost reads like a planeswalker where you have these 3 abilities and you can activate them and you use the oil counters
Right.
to do so. And we have vigilance and menace.
It's insane.
Pretty
Do
good.
you activate a layer here? Oh, these 2
Mm,
opting not to.
opting not
Turning it
to.
sideways.
And turn them all sideways.
Interesting.
Even the elves. Let's go.
Did they do some quick math here? Because
It looks that way because there is also a pump ability on
okay.
Myglaws to give it
Yeah.
+2/+2.
Wow.
And then have enough
Okay.
counters to activate it twice.
That was a quick one. We might be coming to a close here pretty quickly as
Absolutely.
Viralata takes game 1 with the Gruul aggro deck with Miglaws really
Yeah,
showing its
Migla's
power
MVP
here.
that game.
And it
Wow.
started out with that Thoughtseize. He had him mull down to 6, and then
Mhm.
the Thoughtseize took him down to 5. I thought, well, maybe they can strip his hand away like he did the Azorius player. But the difference is that Gruul kind of just ignores it like a good Gruul player would. They just kind of shrug it off and
Mhm.
hop in the boat.
Make it happen, exactly. Well, and it's also I mean, how good is each card? If you're in a control matchup, if you're in a mid-range matchup, like each card is going to be valuable. The thing though is when your cards are directly turning into damage, how much damage can I get out of any one of these cards? And it turns out Migala is the card that can get you a lot of damage, you
Yeah,
know? And
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 a two of
yeah.
as well. I do recall that it is legendary, so you probably want to avoid throwing 4 in a pile if you're trying to reconstruct any of the decks that you see here today. I love Klothys here. Klothys is such a good card,
Oh,
isn't
she's
it?
fantastic.
God,
Yeah.
passive pinging, passive mana generation. It kind of reminds me. It's like it's got a little bit of everything going on. It's graveyard hate. It's a ping plus a drain. It's got a little bit of like a carpet of flowers kind of thing because it makes some mana.
Mhm.
It just kind of does everything. And then if you actually can get to, I think the loyalty is either 5 or 6, 7, whatever.
7. Yeah.
That's pretty big.
It's 7, but it's either green or red. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
But you can get there pretty quick.
yeah, it's,
Um,
it's not hard when you
Great
have.
card.
Well, and that's one of the things we see with definitely the mono green list, the mono green devotion list, where
hmm
it's like when you're running Elvish Mystics and Llanowar Elves, your green devotion can add up pretty quickly. Like it's not hard to get there. So yeah, exactly. When you have a lot of these, when you're going wide, and when something like Miglaws, it has both colors. That gets you 2 devotion,
Yeah.
as far as Klothys is concerned. So I don't know. I haven't. I'm trying to think the last time I actually saw Klothys become a creature.
Yeah. It's pretty rare. 7 is a
Yeah,
big number.
yeah.
Okay. Looks like we're. Oh, what an opener.
Wow.
What an opener.
Elves on Elves on turn 1 into Stormseeker turn 2,
Look
assuming
at
the
the
Elf survives,
look
which
at
is
the
maybe not a
perfect
given, to be fair, but
look at the perfect lands too. Mutavault, Boseiju in case they hit it with another Thoughtseize. Okay.
another Thoughtseize. Okay.
Do you take Land War Elf? I think so.
I think
You
so.
take Land War Elf, take him off the land, bolt the bird,
I mean,
etc. All
yeah,
the
Stormseeker's not bad. Like, if I have a Fatal Push in hand, I'm taking Stormseeker here and
okay,
letting him run
okay.
the
There you
Llanowar Elf
go.
out and then just blasting it. Ooh, we
Ooh,
have Luca, Bound to Ruin.
which I believe was either a one of that got boarded in. I think.
I believe you're correct. Yes, there's one on the side. That's it. Yep.
Okay,
Very
now like you
powerful card.
said, back it up with a. Now you have a go for the throat. Do you hit? Okay, that works
Ah,
too.
Stomp. Man, Stomp has killed quite a few Llanowar Elves in his day.
You know what's ironic is we're watching from Virolata's perspective here, and it may be because they're connecting from another country there in down in Brazil, or it could be. And there's the Boseiju. I was just saying that.
Yeah,
I called it.
line it up beautifully stable.
Problem is they still get the token.
Yeah, they still get the
So
token, and now they get an extra land too. So
yeah. But 2 cards in hand. Rakdos not known for its redraw ability, so still probably the correct thing. I
yeah,
freaking called it.
yeah, right, 100%.
I'm kidding.
Well, and the Boseiju there, I mean, the downside of giving your opponent a land is very real. It's it is a bummer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But I mean, Boseiju, insanely good card.
oh yeah.
I think, let's talk about while this spell resolves here. Looks like they're making some decisions. When we were looking at previews for Kamigawa, first of all, I don't care who it is. You all are lying if you said that you knew the extent to which Fable the
Mhm.
Mirrorbreaker was going to warp every single format. Period. It's seeing play.
100%.
It's seeing play in Mono Red Prison and Legacy right now. There are people playing a card from 2022 in their Legacy deck alongside cards that are worth several $1,000s.
That's
So
wild.
give you an idea of how busted Fable the Mirrorbreaker is. Okay. In addition to that, Boseiju, sensational. Otawara, sensational.
Mhm.
I knew that we knew that Boseiju was going to be good. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know that we knew to the extent.
Yeah, I think all the channel lands. Well, the channel lands
Yeah.
felt similar to the castles from Eldraine when they came out.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
when you look at it and it's like, okay, is this going to be good enough? It's like, well, maybe, maybe not, but also, why not run it?
Right.
Like, give me one reason not to have this in my deck. And it's like, well,
Mhm.
I don't really have one for you. I might as well. Now, interesting there, that Boseiju did blow up the Fable. I don't believe David got a land off that. Now, they are running 4 Blood Crypts, which the Boseiju could grab. So I'm wondering if we have a connection issue here.
Oh no, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, it also took them an awfully long time. Oh
Mhm.
no. That would
But
be very unfortunate.
that would be unfortunate.
We'll have to take a look at
Yeah.
the rules here. Hopefully one of the admins or mods is around to get a hold here. We're in the finals. That would be heartbreaking for David.
Yeah,
Um,
if the finals comes down to something like this. So I'm sure
yeah.
we'll get this sorted out. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully, if anything, we can put him up 1-0, put Virolata up 1-0, and then we'll resume
And
once
then
David gets back.
resume
Hopefully that's the
game
case.
2. Yeah. We may do something like that. I'm not sure how they want to handle it, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But the channel lands. Even
Yeah.
ones like even ones like Sokenzen, is not necessarily particularly strong. But the downside of running it is that it's legendary. Okay, it looks like David is back.
David's
They're going to
back.
attack with the Goblin Shaman.
Okay. And you know what is if Virolata doesn't pull land off the top, he's not doing he's sitting on his hands here for a while.
Yep.
And
Attacking
then
Nigma coming down into
my
Liliana of the
goodness.
Veil. All right.
Okay. That talk about crazy reprints. I think we're like
Right.
Tarmogoyf away from being able to have just Jund, like modern Jund in no fetches. There's the land. Okay.
There's the land, yes.
Now, is it Luca with the Phyrexian? You pay 2 life, or is it the Akroan? Yeah, that's the right choice.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Crone War makes sense here.
Because also you get the 5, and then it'll be boat time again.
I do love
Right?
boat time. Yeah, boat time is a good time. Well, and now that you have a creature online, well, I was about to say David is like hard, definitely has to consider down taking Liliana here, but I don't think they will because Bone Crusher can tangle with that Goblin Shaman, no problem.
Right, and they know about the boat,
Yeah.
so they don't. Oh
Ooh, they're
wow.
going to down take Liliana. Get rid of that
Okay,
Goblin
all
Shaman.
right.
Okay.
So they did snap a land off the top last time to get them to 4, and they're not going to be so lucky this time. question is, okay, going Luca, going to pay the Phyrexian on this.
Okay.
And then you can make a 3/3, and it will have 3 loyalty counters. Is that right? Because
believe
it's
so.
reduces the number. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it'll come
I
in with
thought it was
3. You can
paid.
downtick to make the beast, so Luca would end the turn with 2 loyalty,
Right.
but you'd have a 3/3 toxic beast online, which not a bad spot to be in. Although
Yeah, I'm
Liliana
seeing
is capable of downticking again, but that would be the end of Liliana.
right.
So
Makes the 3, and pretty much David here praying that the card off the top is not a land for Viralata because the boat is going to be a problem.
yep.
And the other thing I should mention with Luca is those tokens that they create with Toxic, I should mention as well,
Mhm.
which is an alternate win condition, although extremely rare. It is a win condition. Is they have 3 power, so they can immediately crew the boat.
Yeah, that's big time.
Whereas Reckless cannot until you go to combat, and then it puts the 1/0 in haste.
Right. And in a lot of situations, you want to give that, I mean, if possible, you want to give that power boost to the boat itself. So,
Right.
yeah. All right. So they're
And
going to downtick here.
wow. So yeah, that's the decision there. And
Mhm.
who's to say they don't have another one? Okay,
All right.
we're going den. Now we're on the go wide, and
Yep. And they
you
they
know,
have to attack, which, because of the Crone
absolutely.
War, but they were going to do that anyway. So
Why 4 at the Planeswalker and 3 face? I'm confused by that.
this does look like they're going to miss out on some damage.
Why?
Face.
That is a
Yeah, they could
misplay
have set the
there.
den at Luca.
All right, so if they lose by 1 damage,
Right. All right. Necron War is gonna pop off, clear the board.
Right. Yep, that's correct.
All right. And David
One
now has 5 lands, a treasure. One of those lands is a den.
opted not to go 4 to the face. Very confused by that. Maybe
Yeah.
the excitement of the situation got to him.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, because that was a really good attack. I mean, they had a really good setup there, so I can
Right.
appreciate getting a little excited. I get it. I've been there.
Blue, I should mention, by the way, blue not represented in the finals here. Very surprised.
Oh,
Also
wow,
didn't
yeah.
see too much action from mono white humans, which is a surprise. There was some early, I guess, huh?
True. Yeah.
That's a
That's
very
kind of wild. Yeah. Red. Meanwhile, on both sides.
whoa.
Both sides. Oh, okay. Is it
All
bow
right.
time?
Is it Ooh.
Looks like they're gonna pull Jagantha to hand here. At least that's what they're considering.
Get in for 2 with a Mutavault? I mean, why would you do that pre-combat, though? They don't know what that other card is. Why would you do this pre-combat? I think this is a back-to-back misplays here. I'm confused by that, unless they really don't intend to activate Mutavault, which
Yeah, it looks like they don't. They don't want to risk the Mutavault
okay.
getting.
I won't call that a misplay.
removed.
I'll just call that a peculiar play.
It's a very cautious line. Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like they have a Mutavault of their own. If they wanted to crack the treasure, they could get in for an additional 2, which every little
Okay.
bit of damage matters here. So
So now the Mutavault can block this 1/1.
I am very concerned that 1 damage is going to matter, because the way we're looking here, trading animate lands,
All right. Well, yeah, Mutavault is gonna.
oh my
never punish. Off
god!
the top.
Oh no!
All right. Sky Sovereign. Yeah, we have
on the
we have
show.
boat
You
back.
show, not Mio.
Exactly. Like Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. All right. Sky Sovereign back in the. Yeah, Sky Sovereign's here, and Jagantha in hand can crew the Sky Sovereign.
Yep.
Next turn.
Imagine having a big, ancient, legendary elemental elk flying a sky ship.
Right?
Now I've seen everything. That 1 damage. If that 1 damage comes down, oh my goodness, no.
Wow. All right, so we have another land.
Okay. Now, if you crew it, you do put yourself in a position where something like a Mutavault plus an Okiba could win it.
Hey, I mean, true. Yeah, it looks like they're not
They
gonna do that.
okay. Okay, that's good.
Noctis Grasp, great answer to deal with that Jagantha. And so now the Sky Sovereign is just sitting there. There's that Mutavault.
Wait, why
on
did he
David's
crew
side
in
of the
response?
board.
Why did he crew in response? I don't understand.
It was end step.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very a lot of end step. So they could have, but it wouldn't have changed.
Okay.
Wouldn't change the
Oh,
situation.
this 1 damage extra mattering right now.
Right?
Okay.
Bank Buster. Okay.
Do you snap that now, or do you might as well? I guess.
I mean, it's kind of no reason not to, unless you're. I'd be worried about hand hate, but against a girl opponent, I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Crone War's
exactly.
not going to do the job. I mean, so they have the Mutavault back to block,
That's it. Okay, looks like
but
we're getting to game 3.
it's looking that way. Yeah, because Viralata took down game 1.
Dang. Oh no, they have their own Mutavault. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So there's Mutavaults on either side, so it's not over yet, but woof, this is going to come down to the wire.
An Abrade, a Fatal Push, anything to clear that opposing Mutavault wins it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're crewing and going for it means that
and it looks like they don't have another creature, because if they could have played another creature there as well to crew the Bankbuster,
right.
potentially. So here we go. Do they have the push or something of that nature? Go for
Yeah, I got the
there,
push.
fatal
Okay,
push, there it is.
okay.
Ouch.
Woo!
Right.
Man, what a game! All right,
That was a phenomenal game. My goodness.
all right, we're going to game 3. And while they're sideboarding, this is it, folks. I just want to thank everyone for coming in. We'll wrap up here at the end as well. But wow, what a day of decks. I'm really satisfied with the diversity of lists presented as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I gotta say, every player seems to have brought their A game today, and there's some really excellent stuff going. I gotta say, there is one deck, there's one archetype that I was hoping to see today that I haven't seen in Explorer with the introduction of Shadows over Innistrad Remastered, and that's Hammer Time.
Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't
You may
see a single
note,
one.
if you look at my background right now, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Colossus Hammer, and Sigarda's Aid was introduced into Explorer through Shadows over Innistrad Remastered, and that was one of the key pieces of, like, Pioneer or Modern Hammer Time that Explorer's been missing. I was hopeful that somebody was going to give it a go, and we were going to see it.
A red-white warrior deck, because then you have a couple of other equip features, and we're on to game 3 here. Anyway. Gonna hold a 4-lander to start with Elvish. It's good enough.
Yeah,
good enough.
I think this is going to be just fine.
Yeah, we just need to find ourselves a boat, and we'll get some elves and werewolves and elks flying those boats. Where do they get those boating licenses? That doesn't make any sense.
It's wild. But yeah, so being on the play, Elvish Mystic is pretty great, especially when one of the primary answers to it that your opponent has, well, there's Fatal Push, to be fair. I was going to say Stomp.
Yeah,
I was going to point out Stomp.
An old adage, I'm an old head when it comes to Magic. We were talking about all these words that don't mean anything anymore. Wow, that Thoughtseize is going to be brutal.
Yeah, Thoughtseize is clutch here.
Ooh,
now, it does hurt. It does. You do lose life when you Thoughtseize. So,
yeah.
And Viralata is on. It's a mid-range deck, but it's pretty aggressive. Here comes another Thoughtseize, getting rid of the Chariot. Ouch. Now, meanwhile, David is on 1 land for all of this. My goodness. There's Hive. You don't see a Hive come in untapped on turn 4 very often, but here we are. No, turn 5. I'm sorry.
Turn 5. No, come on. You're going to go to 12?
Another Thoughtseize?
You're going to go to 12? Take Juicy J? Yeah, take Juicy J for sure.
I mean, Crone War's not doing anything here.
Interesting.
They must have an answer for.
They have go for the throat 100%.
They have to. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Take a look. Like, can you believe this?
Yeah. Well, like, really? Really?
Your opponent has done 8 damage to themselves. You have them to thank for that.
Heartless Axe. Yeah, that'll do it. Yep.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, Heartless Axe. Yeah, go for the throat. Same difference. All right, Landwar Elf beatdown is apparently the plan.
Heartless Act, by the way, important different text than Go for the Throat, in that you can interact with Miglaws.
True.
And remove those oil counters if you choose.
Right.
Oh my god.
Legion's End?
Come on.
No way.
Really?
That's a card you almost never see, and this happened to be the perfect situation for it.
And I was also going to say, because there's a little bit of lag going on, you actually get to enjoy the full animation, because most of the time it just looks like a big black explosion, but it actually has some skulls on it, which is pretty rad.
It's pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, whoever did the art on that nailed it.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish they still. I know they're trying to do it for like consistency and that it doesn't lag decline as much, but I wish they. Oh my god, another land.
Yeah, and especially on mobile, like that's a
yeah.
I understand the animations can be problematic.
I used to put a lot of effort into those animations. They just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
All right, gonna get to look at 2 more cards here. So this is the part that makes Fables so good, is it lets you find answers. Wow.
Okay.
Do you go land plus Croxa? Oh my gosh, it's a land in hand. They chose not to play. They're gonna lose 3 life. Well, they would have lost 3 life anyway.
Right.
Lose 3 life. It's a 6/6. How many? Oh,
Or
that.
Sheldred.
Or that. That's a
My
good card.
goodness. All right,
That's a
David
great
with the
card.
Sheldred.
But there's a boat.
There's a boat. All right, so that's gonna get rid of the
Okay,
Goblin
yeah.
Shaman. It can't go face, unfortunately. That would be ideal.
Nope. Okay.
And now, I mean, I would send my Lovestruck Beast in here to tangle with
Tangle.
Shelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that means you need to get Sheldred off the board.
You're not gonna block. That's wild. Come on.
I mean,
it could have been a play with fire or something. It could have been lethal right there.
true.
That I don't.
Well, and now
that
with
I
the
don't agree
boat,
with.
I mean, with both, that's 6 damage in the air.
Do you have removal? Because
They have to, otherwise that's it.
otherwise
Yeah.
that was an insane block to not do. Oh, okay. A braid works.
A braid, that'll do it. Yep. All right.
Okay. Don't swing. What do you have? Go for the throat. Actually, Croaks is coming back next turn, by the way.
Yep.
Last card is what? Don't. Okay.
Giant Stomp at the 1/1. Lovestruck Beast can no longer attack.
No way are you attacking right now.
Yep. Goodbye, Reflection of Kiki Jiki. It has been a pleasure. Because this is an easy attack. The Stormseeker. Wow. Okay. I mean, Sheldred's going to gain you life, yes, but
yeah,
I
but
mean,
that attack was
it was aggressive.
bonkers.
That was
hyper aggressive.
That was super risky. Yeah.
All right, you got Croxa, you have Hive, you have Bone Crusher. Which direction are you going?
Man.
Croaks is good.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, it's tough to go wrong.
That's a guaranteed 3.
Yep.
See, that's also cool too. You get to see the full animation. I don't see that
Yeah.
because no,
The Crow and War off the top for Virolata.
the clutch.
It's gonna come in.
Unbelievable.
Now,
Mom,
who
get
do
the
you
camera.
take here?
Mom, get the camera.
Right?
Oh no, and it gives it haste. And the
And
clapback
they can
is
give it
gonna be
haste with the
3.
Stormseeker. Oh no!
You have to discard a card.
What's
What is
that
it?
card?
What is it? It's another
What
Croxa.
is it?
Another Croxa.
There's another Crocs. Okay, so they don't take the 3 there, but now Crow and War just allowed Virolata to use Croxa to kill Sheldred. That's my goodness.
Oh wow.
Now this is going to put enough cards into the graveyard so that Croxa can come back.
Yes. Death Touch. Important text there on Sheldred.
Yep.
For the trade, and also no trample on Croxa. Important as well.
Oh, very important. Yes.
Oof. Don't look. He's looking at activating Hive. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, that'd be a terrible idea right here. Yeah, no, you lose that race. That's not going to work. I believe they have enough to.
It's oh, wow. Really
Yeah,
lagging there.
Bone Crusher, and I don't know. They have Bankbuster.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So
Mystic
that
allows
makes the
Lovestruck to
5/5
attack.
That's it. Oh,
That's game, baby.
Wow.
Oh, Elvish Mystic off the
Wow.
top.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah.
What a match.
That was fantastic.
Wow, what a
Holy
match.
cow. A Crow and War, phenomenal Elvish Mystic clutch draw. Because that
The
Lovestruck
clutch
Beast had
1/1.
not been an issue for a long time.
Oh man, Xaxes.
Wow.
And now knocking themselves all the way down to 12 HP by turn 4. Really pertinent.